So here's a question for you. How long do you think I can hold myself at a right angle like this? The answer is not too long, because my muscles are going to fatigue, I'm going to get tired, and I'm going to be in pain. And of course I'm acting that didn't actually hurt. But the point stands that I will actually lose the muscle power. And willpower is basically the same thing. It's meant to be used in a short burst. It's not meant to be a sustained period, because of course it's going to fatigue and fail just like a muscle. And I think that's why a lot of people are failing at their exercise routines and diets, because they're trying to rely on willpower like it's going to be forever. But it's meant to be a short burst and that's it. Just get something done, get yourself active, eat the right foods, and that's it. But how do you sustain it after that? Like, what can you do? If you can't rely on willpower, what comes next? I found the answer is belief. You need to train your brain to believe that you're going to do this just because that's what you do. You make it your nature.
So if you still believe you want the junk food or to sit around and be lazy, you'll always be fighting yourself. You say, I want candy. Your better self says, you can't have candy, you're on a diet. You say, but I really want it. And that's the problem. You still want it. You still believe you should have it. Your emotions are still trained to try to get it, to feel good about it. And that's why it's a constant struggle to avoid it. You're still fighting yourself. And that's why you're still trying to rely entirely on willpower. What do you think when you see this junk food? Good flavors, right? That you really want to eat it? Yeah, I used to think that too. Now what I really see is tooth decay, bad skin, like pimples, bad health, going to the dentist, and so on. I gave up processed sugar over 8 years ago by focusing on the negatives every time I thought about it. And the more I did that, the more my beliefs were trained. And later, my emotions changed too. So now, I genuinely don't want any of it. I mean, would you miss someone punching you in the face repeatedly? No, because it hurts and it's obviously bad. Yet you're happy to hurt yourself with this bad food. Positive on the negative.
The problem is people keep on attaching positives to negatives and negatives to positives. So for example, exercise is a positive, yet people keep on thinking things like, oh, it's so much effort, I'm gonna look bad in front of people, and do I really feel like it today? Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. It's negative, negative, negative. And the more they reinforce it, the less they're going to want to do it. And conversely, if you think of a negative like eating junk food and being lazy, they say, but it tastes so good and it's so easy to just lay back. I love it. I wish I could just do that every day. That's a negative though. They keep on reinforcing the positive on it, so they keep on wanting to do that. And I understand, like, we're all lazy to some degree, but you can't let that actually control the way you live your entire life. It's okay to be lazy sometimes, but not all the time.
I figure that the brain is like a computer. It will basically do whatever it's programmed to do. And you are in control of that programming to some degree. You can change your beliefs and even your emotions just by the way you focus. So look at this and ask yourself if the pain it will cause you is really worth the 30 seconds of good flavors. And when you look at foods like these, remember that your taste buds will adjust. And in time, the more you train yourself to think positively about them, the more you're going to want to eat them.
So for me, giving up sugar was actually easy. I don't even want to. You look at it and probably think, wow, that's going to taste so good and it's awesome food. For me, I just think disgusting. That's dental bills and bad health, and no thank you. It's all my free time gone when I have to go fix all the problems that it's creating. So in my mind, it's actually repulsive. When I look at it, I'm just like, no, yuck, disgusting. I don't actually want it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything in life, because to me, it's just evil.
Now, I'm no diet expert, but I do eat a salad every day because I want to. I didn't before, but I do now, because that's how I've programmed my brain. I didn't even like all these ingredients at first, but I just built up to them. I mean, you could start with a cheese and tomato sandwich or something. Then after a week, try olives. Then try lettuce and spinach the following week. Add carrot, cucumber, avocado, and capsicum. Whatever's good. Of course, be careful of allergies and other issues. Again, I'm not a diet expert, but you get the idea. Research the foods that are right for you, then slowly get used to them. Train your brain to want them by focusing on all the positives, and then use willpower to force yourself to eat them. As for exercise, well,
a basic example of something positive is just thinking about doing chin-ups for me. I'm trying to see how many I can train myself to do, so it's a bit of a game in that sense. And the challenge is there, like, you try to beat your previous record. I know it's a very cliche way of doing it, but hey, it's fun, it works, so why not?
But generally, I do things that I find fun, so I don't even have to think about exercising. I'm just doing things that I think are awesome, like playing basketball or getting out in the waves. While others are trying to push themselves to actually do some exercise for the day, I actually have to stop myself from exercising too much, because what I do is too much fun. It's a good problem to have. If you're worried about missing out on things in life, don't worry. Our brains seem to have a limited range of emotions. I enjoy fruit these days as much as I enjoyed any ice cream. Actually, probably more, because I still feel good after eating it.
In the moment, the emotions are basically going to be the same regardless of what you do. It's the after effects that are really going to cause you either problems or help you live a better life. So I'd rather train my emotions to guide me toward the things that are going to benefit me in the long run. I don't think short term, it's the long term I'm worried about. So today I might want to have something tasting good, but that's going to cost me a weekend when I have to go fix my teeth. So is that good? No. I'm going to find something else to eat. Is it going to cost me any time in the future? No. Is it going to help me? Yes. I want that. And that's the way you have to develop your mind so you actually do the right thing at all times. It's not a chore. It's not a problem like, oh damn, I'm on this diet, or damn, I can't do this, that, or whatever. It's, I want to do this because that's where I've trained my brain and that's what I know is good. Therefore, it's awesome. Let's go get it.
That's what training your brain is all about. The way you feel is meant to help guide you by giving you the energy to make things happen. So I figured it was time to use that energy to look after myself, not to destroy myself. I will explain this more in depth in another video, but your emotions are meant to be guiding you to live a good life. They're meant to be helping you. If they're doing damage to you, you need to change them, and you do that by training.
So to put it simply, you want to use your willpower for a short burst of energy, just like a muscle. Make the change. So if you're in the supermarket, just walk past that sugar. You just need the willpower to get past the junk food for what? 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever it is. If you don't buy the food, you can't eat it. So it's a flawless plan. Use the willpower to get you past the hard part, and then train your beliefs, train your emotions by repetition to put the positives on the positive, negative on the negative, and you shouldn't feel any sort of temptation. You'll be able to resist and just move completely on from it, just like I've done with processed sugar. So I still have fruit sugar and all that, but all the junk food I've cut completely out of my diet because I've trained my brain in that way.
I used to take a salad to work every day too, because I knew once I was hungry, I would eat whatever I had. If it was only the salad, then that's what I'd eat. I was too lazy to go buy something else. So that's where laziness is good. You can use it to your advantage, and you just have to use a little bit of willpower just to get the right food out and then eat it. I'm not going to claim my diet is perfect. There's so much to learn about foods, and I'm definitely not a specialist, but you have to start somewhere. Just use your willpower for a short period, and then put your efforts into training your brain through repetition, because once you master that, you'll be able to study harder, be more motivated, get things done, look after yourself, and even get past your addictions. It's all just a matter of training your brain and learning how to use your own thinking and emotions to your advantage. As I said, I'll go into more detail on those kinds of topics in the future. So subscribe for that, like and share this video, and I'll catch you in the next. Good luck.